You notice by the title of the video that I have here that there's one word that narcissists absolutely cannot stand to hear from you. I'm going to reveal that word to you, and I'm not going to keep you in suspense for a super long time because, I don't want to play that kind of trickster kind of thing on you. But I want to set up our scenario, and I want to begin by getting you to remember what is it that the narcissist wants the most in life. And basically, they want control. Or we could put it in different terms, they want dominance. They want superiority. They want everything to go according to their game plan, according to their preferences, their cravings, their desires. They're very self-absorbed kind of individuals, and it's all about oneself. And they want to make sure that you understand that, and so that you can perpetuate and keep that game of theirs going. That's what they want. Now, I want you to think, how is it that the narcissist keeps perpetuating this control game of theirs and this dominance game of theirs? And you know that there are many ways that they go about doing it. They can argue with you, and in their arguing, it's their way of saying, you have to listen to me. You have to know that what I'm saying is the ultimate. I'm the ultimate. Sometimes they may ignore you. It's like, okay, if you don't pay attention to me, I'll just make you suffer. Or sometimes they can just invalidate you as you're trying to talk and explain that there's some thoughts and ideas that you have that might need to be attended to. It's like, no, you don't even know what you're talking about. So they invalidate. They can press you with their selfish agenda. It's like they want you to join in their kinds of behaviors or priorities, and they're just going to keep pushing and pushing and pushing until you finally give in and say, okay, we'll go with your agenda. They maintain double standards. What's good for you is not necessarily good for them, or what you're required to do, they don't have to follow through with it. They may be evasive. Anything that more or less says, I'm the primary person in this room today. Things have to go according to my preferences, my cravings, my desires. Now, obviously, you have the overt style of narcissism where they're just very pushy with it. But even in the covert sense, they may not be saying those words in a very open kind of way, but by their covert and sneaky and secretive way of life, it's like, I don't want to pay attention to anyone else's needs other than my own. Now, here's the one word. When that narcissist comes at you with this strong need to be dominant and in control over you, your one word reaction to that person can be, whatever. Whatever. They've got to be significant. And they have to be relevant, and the way that they try to be relevant is to just become so caught up in their own self-importance, and they need to have you come along with that. Whatever. You remember the old Greek story about Narcissus going through the forest, and most of you are familiar with it. He comes upon a pool of water and looks into the water and cannot take his eyes away from what he sees in the reflection in the pool. Narcissus is enamored with himself. And he has so much of this idealized notion of what he's seeing right there in that pool that he just can't pull himself away. That's where we get the term narcissism. They're so enamored with themselves, and they have all sorts of pet phrases or ideas or thoughts that you're likely to come across. Let's go through some of those self-absorbed kind of thoughts that they can have, and then let's look at it in light of our one word. For example, a narcissist may want you to know, hey, I'm a big deal. Whatever. Or the narcissist can say, well, you need to have the same priorities as me. Whatever. Or the narcissist may think, no one understands life quite the way that I do. Whatever. Or the narcissist can say, well, you'd be a lot better off if you just followed my commands. Okay. Whatever. Or the narcissist can say, I keep discovering things about you that are really flawed. Okay. Whatever. The narcissist says, but I have to have the final word in all matters. Okay. Whatever. Well, my needs are far more important than your needs. Okay, whatever. Or if you disagree with me, I'm going to make you live to regret it. Okay, whatever. Or your feelings, your perceptions mean nothing to me. Whatever. Or I don't have to be accountable to you or anyone else. Okay. Whatever. Or, you know what? I could reveal things about you to the public that would really make you feel embarrassed and make you look bad. Whatever. Now, I don't mean to be rude and passive aggressive in the way that I'm talking here, although I'm sure they can interpret that and they may accuse you of that. Whatever. When you say whatever to all of this, it's your way of saying, you know, I'm weary. I'm weary of your game. I'm weary of your insistence that I'm supposed to somehow or another be subordinate to you and cater to all of your preferences and whims and childlike ways of doing things. And if you feel like you need to dominate me, that's your game. I'm not playing it anymore. See, there's one thing that a narcissist looks to you most for, and that is supply. They want you to feed their ego. They want you to prop them up. They want you to stay engaged with them in such a way that allows them to hold themselves over you. And as long as you play along and let them be over you, then you're giving them supply. They have a hungry ego. And part of the way that you feed that hungry ego is that there are various kind of reactions that you can have. Sometimes you cry when they are really mean to you. Many times you feel like you have to rationalize and justify. And they're thinking, okay, good. This is working. Sometimes you just plead your case. Come on, don't you understand this? Sometimes you just go away and sulk. It's like, oh, I just have that person going so good. Other times you react with rebellion. It's like, yep, see, that's why I have to dominate them. They just don't know how to do life very well. Sometimes you may accuse them of being whatever it is they're going on, and you start arguing. It's like, okay, I can argue back, and they love it. It's the game that they want to play, and the more you engage with that, the more you go into it, then it's like, oh, this is fuel for their soul. Perhaps you've heard the term going gray rock. Now, when we talk about going gray rock, let's keep in mind there's hardly anything in the world more bland than a gray rock. It's not like you're going to stay there and pay attention to a gray rock. And so what we're going to do is we're going to give this hungry, egotistical, it's all about me kind of narcissist the gray rock treatment. By the way, you perhaps know people who are actors and they love to be on the play. And actually, I know plenty of folks that have been in that, and it's a great kind of thing for self-expression. There's one thing that actors will tell you that they feed off the most, and that is they feed off of the reaction of the crowd in front of them. And when the crowd is in there and with them and going on along with them, then that really gets the actor going, and they just get deeper and deeper into their role. They really love it. The narcissist is the actor on the stage. They're the actor, they're the producer, they're the director, and you're the audience. And they're looking to you to give them the response. And so let's suppose the narcissist is up there in their one-person play on the stage, and you're in the audience. You fall asleep, whatever. And the narcissist think, hey, wake up, this is me. It's like, I'm not too interested. That's kind of what we're talking about. That's the go gray rock kind of mentality. And what it does is it takes the wind out of their sail. See, let's keep in mind, the narcissist wants to keep you engaged. And if they can keep you engaged by you coming back with your dysfunction or your responses to them, quit it, I hate it when you do this to me, that kind of thing, then it's food to their soul. So what we're going to say is, let's disengage. I do not want to hand over my sense of stability to an unstable person, and I certainly don't want to give attention to, frankly, it's like a little kid who's just seeking unnatural attention. I'm not going to do that. I have my own life to live, and I'm hoping that as you think about that one thought, I have my own life to live, you'll realize, I've got a good mind. I have good priorities and preferences. I want to go somewhere in a decent kind of way. I want to treat people right. I want to connect, and I want to share experiences in a healthy way with healthy people. But I'm not going to do it at the expense of my own self-respect. The narcissist wants to keep you engaged, but in doing so, they step all over you as they elevate themselves. And so we're going to close by saying, let's keep in mind the narcissist is like the alcoholic who's looking for the next drink. And I'm hoping that you can say, you know what? The bar is closed and I'm not serving your next drink. Whatever. I hope that you can get some good insight from videos such as this. And if you've not already done so, go beneath the video here and hit that subscribe button. We'll keep more coming your direction. You may already know, but if you haven't already checked out our other website, survivingnarcissism.tv, I would encourage you to go and take a look at that. Also, I have my own personal website, drlescarter.com, and we have the websites there so that you can be inspired with more articles and videos and things of that nature, and I hope that you'll check those out and pass it along to your friends. If you have a need to talk over these kind of things with a licensed professional counselor, and I know in this day and age, many people are looking in that direction, we have a link below that can help you in that response. And in addition, we have links to my online video workshops, my books, and even coffee mugs. I want you to learn that the narcissist is somebody who has a rather pitiable approach toward life, and the more you engage with that, then the more it brings you down. I want you to elevate yourself by saying, I can't go along with that. I'm not going to do that. And when they send out the golden invitation for me to play along with that, the answer is no. I have better things to do with my life. So I'm hoping for you to have your own sense of direction, your own intentionality, and I want you to proceed with self-confidence and initiative leading the way.